It's about time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up? To the About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang. Thank you to every single one of y'all who has subscribed to the channel, who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, share the videos, like the videos, and leave the comments. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I mean that. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and encourage others to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you can stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Okay, Richardson Hitchins and Malik Hawkins. The young Brooklyn Haitian native improves to 13-0, and Malik Hawkins goes to 18-2. Those of y'all who watched the fight, I don't know if y'all saw the fight or not, but I saw the fight, and I told y'all that it would be a good fight. I told y'all that Richardson Hitchins was a really good, skillful boxer. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I look at guys like Richardson Hitchins, Jalil Hackett, you know, I get excited about the future of boxing because you got young guys like this. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more that's coming. There's a lot more, you know, young fighters too. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I really, you know, like and admire these two young guys, man. I just love how they carry themselves, you know what I mean? And I love their ring generalship. I love how Richardson Hitchins was razor sharp. His shots was like piercing lasers. Now, Malik Hawkins at times, you know, tried to bait him into fighting his type of fight, which is, you know, phone booth, as they say, or both feet inside the tire. You know, they on the inside. So, you know, because Malik Hawkins, I told y'all this when I did the video leading up to the fight, that Malik Hawkins likes to fight on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So, because, like I said, given his height, but his reach is not that long, you know, given his height. So, you know, like I said, I don't know if he like to fight on the inside to, you know, to make up for the fact that his reach isn't that long, or if that's just what he likes to do. But I like Malik Hawkins too. I do. I like Malik Hawkins, but I do feel like that there's some things that he needs to work on, some things that can be adjusted in his arsenal, and some things that can be added to his arsenal. Richardson Hitchins is just going to get better and better. I mean, you can just see, like, this kid, you know, like, he's a thinker, you know what I mean? And you can see that when he's, you know, when he's in the ring, just, I mean, did y'all see them combinations he was putting together? How well placed those combinations was? I enjoyed the fight. I told y'all it was going to be a good fight, you know what I mean? I don't know how many of y'all actually watched the fight. It was on FS1. I don't know how many of y'all watched it, but shout out to PBC and, you know, FS1, Mayweather Promotions, for putting on another good fight. I enjoyed the fight. Those of y'all who watched the fight, what do y'all think about the fight? How do y'all think the fight, you know, how did y'all think it go? Was y'all impressed with Richardson Hitchins? Because I'm always impressed with him, you know. Ever since he turned pro and I watched this kid, I said he's going to be a really good fighter. And he's going to be a champion. He's going to be a champion. And I know some of y'all probably might be, you know, worrying about, you know, the power and all that kind of stuff. You know, see, this is the thing. And this is why I admire fighters like him and Jalil Hackett. Like, when Jalil Hackett fight, if the knockout comes, he take advantage of it. But he just fight his fight and just let it come. If it come, it comes. If not, no problem. You see what I'm saying? You got some fighters that that can just knock people out, and then some of them really can't go 10 rounds or 12 rounds. So what are you gonna do in that case? So you gotta be built for tough. You gotta be built to, like the whole thing is because you gotta be ready to go the distance. Cause some people you can hit them with everything and they won't go nowhere. And I know some of y'all probably thinking that Richardson Hitchins hasn't been tested yet. Well, in his last fight against the guy Mendez, Argenis Mendez, a lot of people, tried to criticize him. But once again, like I said, this kid, and you can see even in the fight against Malik Hawkins, how he was able to adjust. Again, certain fighters have one way of fighting. They have one style. And that's what they depend on. Fighters like Sean Porter. And like I said, I do like Malik Hawkins, but he's that type of fighter too. He has one style of fighting. Trying to, back you down, walk you down, fight you on the inside. Like he occasionally uses his jab, but, when you in big fights, or fight in general, because every fight, to every fighter, every fight is a big fight, because that's the fight that's getting you one step closer to the journey that you're on to becoming a world champion. And just now, listen, and I want to be clear about this, just because Malik Hawkins has 2 losses still doesn't mean that he can't become a world champion either. So I don't want nobody to misconstrue this whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, the outcome of the victory a lot of times depends on who can make the necessary adjustments. Who can make the necessary adjustments? And again, I'll use this fight as an example. When Ricky Hatton fought Manny Pacquiao. Now look at Ricky Hatton's style his entire career, training with the guy, I think his name was Billy Graham or something like that. But Ricky Hatton had this wild, walk him down, just wild looping punches, and you rarely use the jab, but could use it sometimes, but mainly he was just come forward, and a lot of people considered him like a one-dimensional type of fighter. But when he fought Manny Pacquiao, he brought in Floyd Mayweather Sr. And he brought Floyd father in because he wanted to learn some defensive techniques, because Ricky Hatton is not a defensive fighter. He just comes forward. He really, he didn't have the best defense. But he thought by bringing Floyd Mayweather's father in for the fight against Pacquiao, he thought that it would help him to be able to make adjustments against Pacquiao, because he knew he was going to need a certain type of skill set to fight Pacquiao. But again, fighters who are creatures of habit, and I said this even in that Ricky Hatton fight. I just wasn't making videos then, but a lot of people who know me and we had these conversations, they'll tell you I said the same thing. When he brought in Floyd Mayweather's father, I said, listen, it doesn't matter. Because as soon as Manny Pacquiao touch him, Ricky Hatton going to go back to what he knows. And that's that wild come forward trying to get at him. He's not going to be able to remain patient, try to adjust, and box. And sure enough, when Pacquiao touched him the first time, what did Ricky Hatton do? Went back to what he know. He couldn't. One camp wasn't going to change what he's been doing his whole life. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I mean about the different style. This is why Richardson Hitchins is a different style fighter. He's one of those fighters. Like a Jalil Hackett, a Terrence Crawford, a Floyd Mayweather, a Gervonta Davis. Fighters who can make adjustments. Fighters who can remain calm. Even if they get touched, they can, okay, All right, they can adjust, not lose their cool and get reckless. However, I don't think that it's too late for Malik Hawkins to be able to learn how to make those adjustments. But in my opinion, he cannot continue to fight with that type of style, because we've already seen against Matias and against Price. You know, when he gets hit, when Malik Hawkins get hit with big shots, even if the shots are not hurting him, if you was a judge watching it, it just looks bad. It doesn't look good for him. And to continuously get hit with shots like that will hurt you and can cause you to, you know, the referee to stop the fight, or you get knocked out. And we saw it what Matias did. And up until, you know, like Darwin Price, he hurt his knee in that fight. So, you know, like, you know, we got to keep that in mind. Wasn't like, you know what I mean, like he was, you know, walking Price down. That was a good fight. Don't get me wrong, it was a good fight. But Price was catching Malik Hawkins with some shots, and even the commentators was like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? And he was catching him with some shots that was turning, spinning and turning him, and it didn't look good. And you could, and it was obvious that Matias was catching him with shots that was hurting him. And Richardson Hitchins was just piercing him. Just, I mean, you could just see they was like laser shots. And he was just too slick. He was too fast. He was too smart. He was too sharp. And when you see somebody like Richardson Hitchins at this stage in his career, 12-0 them and 13-0 now against Malik Hawkins, he's only going to get better. If he looked that good against Malik Hawkins, he's only going to get better. As the level of opposition, his level of opposition raises, he's only going to get better. I promise y'all, this kid is only going to get better. And he has a good chin. And he got a good chin. But see, Richardson Hitchins is that type of fighter that can pick you apart. He can pick you apart and he can wear you down. And believe me when I tell y'all, this kid is going to get better and he's going to get stronger. Watch what I tell y'all. I'm telling y'all. Watch. And each time he step in that ring, y'all going to see a different level. Y'all going to see a different level. Same thing with Jalil Hackett. Every time Jalil Hackett step in that ring, y'all see a different level. Nobody can deny that. Every time Jalil Hackett step in that ring, different level. Richardson Hitchins step in there, different level. Different level. Smarter, sharper, quicker. More precision with the punches. I'm telling you, that's what I'm telling you. Like, see, kids like that, Jalil Hackett, Richardson Hitchins, they have the complete package. Complete package. And there's some, you know, some young amateurs that's coming up that hasn't turned pro yet. Kamel Moulton being one of them. He's going to be good. You know, you got Keyshawn Davis. He's another one that's pro, but you know, he's good. Strong. But I just, you know, I just can't stress enough, honestly, like, you know, about how impressed, seriously, that I am with Richardson Hitchins, man. Ever since this kid turned pro. Same thing with Jalil Hackett. Ever since he turned pro, I'm telling you. But I've been watching Jalil Hackett before he turned pro. So I knew when this kid finally turned pro, it was going to be a treat. And I'm telling y'all, I've been watching Richardson Hitchins ever since he turned pro. And I've been impressed each time. And I'm telling you, as they say, it's only going to get greater later. He's going to be, this kid will be a champion. I'm telling y'all, Richardson Hitchins will be a champion. But for those of y'all, again, like I said, who saw the fight, let me know what y'all think about the fight. Was y'all impressed with it? You know what I mean? And I want to know what y'all think about both sides. Like, how y'all feel about Malik Hawkins? You know, do y'all feel like it's some things that, you know, he can, you know, like, I don't want to say tweak, but some things that he can add to his arsenal, and some things he could do better defensively? Because honestly, I want to see Malik Hawkins in it for the long haul. And I don't want to see his career get cut short, you know, because, you know, he get in there with some big punches, because this kid has a lot of heart. He has a lot of heart. But I do think that there's some things that he can do better defensively, and some things that he can add to his offense. You know what I'm saying? So that he can protect himself from getting caught with them, you know, with them big shots that don't look good. You know what I'm saying? But again, like, let me know. Was y'all impressed with Richardson Hitchins? How y'all feel about how he performed? Did y'all like the fight? I loved the fight. I knew it was going to be a good fight. You know, so don't forget to smash that like button. If you are watching this video for the first time, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching it with somebody, ask them to subscribe too. And even if you're not watching it with somebody, you send the link and say, look, subscribe to this guy's channel. This Rashawn's About Time Boxing guys. You know, subscribe to his channel, like his videos, and share his videos, and hit the notification button. But yeah, Richardson Hitchins, man, Malik Hawkins, man, you know, give me your thoughts. I want to know, man. I want to know how y'all feel about the fight. Like, what y'all think, you know, about both fighters. You know, how y'all feel about how Malik Hawkins, you know, performed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe, you know, he gave his best effort. I believe that he did. He gave his best effort. You know what I mean? But Richardson Hitchins was just, you know, he was better. He was just better. And he's going to keep getting better with every fight. Watch. The next fight, Richardson Hitchins fight, watch. It's going to be another treat. I promise y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. So stay up with this kid, man. Stay up with Richardson Hitchins and Jalil Hackett. Y'all know I'm going to keep talking about Jalil Hackett, y'all. Y'all know I'm going to keep talking about this kid. I can't wait for him to fight again. So, you know, like I said, so I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I rock with y'all just the same. Drop the comments, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, pass the word, encourage others to subscribe to the channel, and catch y'all on the next one.